Okay, the YouTube is officially started. So what are we going to talk about right now? We are going to talk about quality versus quantity. This is a big one because what I'm going to share with you tonight, you think I'm just going to tell you how to do this. That's not what I'm going to do, because some people will choose one thing over another, one way over another, to absolutely run their business. And I want to tell you that there is no right or wrong about what I'm going to share with you. But what I am going to tell you first is, on April 11th, I will have been an Avon representative for 11 years. I can't believe it. My 11-year anniversary is coming up with Avon. And it's amazing to me. I always giggle because I say, oh, well, I was going to start in April, be out in July, because that was what my intention was when I first started. I never said I'm going to do this and be a top seller in Avon. I never said I'm going to do this and I'm going to be a leader, far less a senior executive leader. I never, ever thought, that wasn't in my plan at all. But what I figured out in 11 years is that what I wanted when I first started this business has absolutely changed now. My ultimate goal has changed, and I know people say, "What's your big goal? What's your why? What's your big goal? You know you want it." Well, I got to tell you something. I was still trying to figure out what way was up and trying to get my head out of my rear end, going through a bad divorce and everything else. I was trying to figure out what was going on with life, far less having a huge goal, because my huge goal at the time when I started Avon was that I was drowning in debt, and I was scared to death they were going to take my van away from me. I had already gotten the papers on it. I was scared to death. I didn't have a roof over my head any longer. I had to move in with my brother. You all know the story, but the deal is, it's kind of hard to have big goals when that kind of stuff is going on in your life. So for me, it was a huge, huge time for me to say, my goal is, I just like the bill collectors to stop calling. That was my goal, because every time my phone rang, I knew somebody wanted something from me. I knew somebody wanted me to make a payment on a bill. I knew I was late again. I wasn't 1 month late. I was 2 months late. I was 3 months late. I can remember that it's changed, because there's still no better feeling to me than to know that my phone is ringing, and unless it's a charity, nobody is asking me for money. And I thank God every day that He gave me the people who had negative things to say about what I was doing, and the people who had positive things to say about what I was doing, because both drove me to be better as a person, and to prove things to some people, and to prove things to myself. But also it drove me to find that this Avon thing, I figured out that if I didn't quit, it could be something bigger than I ever thought it could be. And that was amazing to me. So what's happened is, what I wanted in the beginning, and you all have heard me say, in the beginning, I had no interest in leadership whatsoever. I figured out that this sales thing was pretty easy. The more brochures that I put out, the more brochures I got in people's hands, the more information that I got from people, names, and the more I followed up, people were saying, this girl is a good Avon rep, and they were sharing my extra brochure I was giving them. And by the way, I used to ask my customers to do that, and I still do. I've got people who I say, hey, I dropped an extra brochure in your bag. If you could pass that on to a friend that you know loves Avon, or if they haven't seen the brochure in a while, I would appreciate that. I will reward you if they place an order. Thank you so much. And people started saying, you're not happy with your Avon rep? You don't have one? You need to meet my Avon representative. That's what you need to do. And that is how my business grew, through referrals, through book tossing, through leaving brochures every time, through bringing Avon into my life every single day. And I decided, after I made President's Club, for me, I just wanted to be honor society then. And, you know, I jumped right over from Honor Society to Rose Circle after I made President's Club. I was selling $38,000 worth of Avon a year. And let me tell you something, I was rocking the Avon sales. Now, in that year, I had started leadership. But for me, I still wanted as many customers as I could get. I mean, I was rocking the customers because you can never have too many customers, not really, because even if you have a team and somebody's too far out as your team is growing, you can pass those customers on if you have too many to your team, and you are still making a commission off what your team is doing. So you know, I look at where I am now, and I had to start thinking, you know, I've got a lot of customers as far as sales go, that I have a lot of customers. So listen, I have a lot quantity. I have a large quantity of customers who are buying from me, but they are not buying a large quantity a piece from me. In other words, I had a lot of customers who were buying $8, $10, maybe $19. At Christmas, maybe they were spending $30 with me. And I had to take a long, hard look as to what my customers were actually buying for me. And I've got to be honest, that did mean individually looking at my customers. That meant that I had to say, okay, wait a minute, Judy, what is Judy buying? Now, Judy was somebody who, she liked a lot of our 20% stuff, our third-party items, you know, the bowls, the shoes, the clothes, things like that. She loved stuff for the kitchen when Avon was big with that. She loved holiday or seasonal stuff. But I had to decide that I was going to reach out to Judy because, see, Judy had a budget, and Judy would spend no more than $25 a campaign. And that was okay, but I thought, wonder why she's not buying anything like body lotion, or she's not buying any of our naturals body sprays, or she doesn't use our deodorant. I mean, anything to do with the body. I thought, she always smells good when I see her, so I know she's using something, but she's not using anything Avon. So I had to figure out, how in the world could I righteously and very politely ask her about what she used? Because look, some people just like high dollar stuff because it's in the name of being high dollar, and that's all they use. But so one day when I was delivering Judy's order, you know, we got to talking, and, you know, I told Judy specifically because I had left her a perfume sample. I had left her a couple of lipstick samples that I had put in there. And I specifically, because she always told me she loved Avon. So I said, Judy, look, I said, I wanted to ask. I said, do you use a particular lipstick? Is there a brand that you use? I said, where do you do your other shopping? Where do you go to get things like your daily needs, your body lotions, your deodorants, things like that? And she said, well, Molly, you know, I get what's on sale. You know, I go to Target, I go to, you know, Walmart, you know, when I'm in Rite Aid or wherever I'm at. She said, that's what I do. And some stuff, she told me, she bought in bulk, like at BJ's or Costco or some of the other things. And I said, let me ask you, is there a reason why you have never tried our Avon line? I said, let's just talk about, I said, you know, you always smell so great. And she was telling me that she used actually just body mist. She doesn't use perfumes, which tells me she was using something like the naturals, right? Something that was light, it didn't last long, it doesn't give her a headache. And she said to me, well, you know, that I go to CVS and that's what I get. They have a couple that I like there. And I said, what do you like? Do you like something fruity? Do you like something that's more of a flowery scent, oriental? Do you like something musky? And she said, I use something that's musky. I really like musk. And I said, you know what? I said, I've got a couple of things that I would love to have you try if you like it. If you don't like it, Judy, you can give it right back, but if you like it, it's on sale right now. I said, why don't you let me order you one of these? And I said, I would love to get your feedback on it. If it's not what you're looking for, this will help me with other people who like that musky smell. And I said, while I'm at it, I'm also going to throw a deodorant in for you. And I said, I just want you to try it. Now look, this was at the time that the deodorants were 99 cents, but they're still not bad. Let's be, I mean, you know, come on. You go get a thing of Secret right now, it's like $4.89. Really? But I mean, this could be a good thing. So she said, really? You would do that? I said, Judy, you've been my customer for 4 months. I said, your payment is always there. But if we have something that we could deliver to you, that I could deliver with this other stuff that you like, I need to tell you, why not let me do the work for you? And she said, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that. Well, I have to tell you, what happened is the next order, when I delivered this, I put a natural spray in Judy's bag, and I also put a deodorant in her bag. And I got to tell you something, the next campaign, I didn't even have to wait for her to pay me. She called me and said, Molly, I absolutely love this spray, but this book doesn't have all the other sprays. I know you said they have more. You know, I'd like to get something that is maybe for the springtime. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Just so happened that we were having a thing where they were going to be 2 for, I believe it was 2 for $5 at the time. Can't even remember, but it was a great sale. And I said, yes, absolutely, we can do this. Let me tell you what's really great about Judy. Judy was a $25 a campaign customer. Do you know that Judy now doesn't spend any less than $48 to $50 with me? Because Judy now uses the Glimmer Stick eyeliner. Judy now uses our lip balms instead of chapstick. And I gradually turned Judy on to what we sell. It's called add-on selling, or for them, add-on buying. And she thought that was wonderful because you know what? She doesn't have to go to that store and waste her gas now because I bring it to her. Add-on selling is one of the greatest things in the world, but let me tell you something. Sometimes, and look, I'm not telling you to do this for every customer you come in contact with, but we forget when we get so many customers that we forget that we have to give them personal attention. Because if they are important enough for us, when I see that somebody wears makeup and they wear a lipstick and they haven't purchased a lipstick from me, I want to know why. We have so many lipsticks, we have lip stains, we have lip liners, we have lip balm, we have everything. Why aren't they buying it from me? And if it means that I let them pick a lipstick normally on a campaign that's on sale, like right now, campaign 8 was 5 for $20, perfect time to do that. And I have to tell you, I've picked 20 of my customers with that 5 for $20 deal and just told them all before the book was given to them, I want you 20 to buy a lipstick. I want you to purchase a lipstick because I'm going to give that lipstick to you, and if you don't like it, you're going to be able to give it back to me. Maybe it's not a right color. Well, I got to tell you, I've done that with 20 of them. It didn't cost me that much. But I guarantee you that out of those 20, I bet you that 5 of them will keep that lipstick. They will purchase another lipstick. They will like the texture of the lipstick. They will tell me what they don't like about it so that I can give them another type of lipstick. Or maybe they're into the glaze wear or something like that. But I will never know if I don't reach out to them. If I don't find out what turns them on outside of Avon so I can find out what Avon has that turns them on. That is what I call quantity and quality. See, I turned Judy into a quality shopper, not a quantity shopper. The deal is, she now is getting most of her quality stuff from me. She is not somebody who is just purchasing $10 and I just let her do it all the time. And look, you're always going to have $5 and $10 shoppers. Sometimes there's just no way to turn people on to anything else. But as far as the sales game is, I would rather have 100 customers who customers don't order every single campaign most of the time. The average, they say, is about every 3rd campaign that customers will order, even though I have some who order every single campaign. But the truth of the matter is, I would rather have 100 customers total who use me for all of their basic needs, From body lotion to lip balm to makeup to deodorant to anything else that we have out there, makeup, perfume, body sprays, footworks. People don't realize how great our footworks are, not at all, because they think because it's not $20 a tube that it couldn't possibly be great. But when I think about things like the cracked heel footworks that we have, that stuff is so great for so many things. And when I introduce that to a customer, they never go back to anything else. And it's up to me to do that. So I'd rather have 50 customers who shop with me and I can be Honor Society or above off of those 50 or 100 customers, even though I have 300 customers who off and on buy from me. The point is, boy, I wish I could do that with 100 customers instead of 300 customers. Because where I'm at in my business now, as my team grows and my team is between 400 and 500 representatives, I hope within the next couple of years that number is going to be more like between 700 and 800 representatives. And when that is, I want to be able to give those representatives the skills that I have learned in Avon and be able to let them do this. And although I love my customers dearly, my passion is working with representatives and giving back to representatives and showing them that whether it's sales that they're really great at or leadership that they're really great in or both that they're great in or whatever it is that your mojo is in this business, to be able to share that you can do this through life and you can get through anything in this business and in life and you don't have to quit. And you can decide whether you want 300 customers or 100 customers. And you will never know if you can have that quality or that quality customer unless you turn that customer into everything that we have to offer. And I think we take it for granted a lot of the times. We really do. We take for granted that we have these great products. I mean, even at top price for a glimmer stick, when I walk into an Ulta store and I see what they're getting for an eyeliner, it is absolutely highway robbery. And I have bought those eyeliners and I have compared them to the glimmer sticks that I use every day. And I have to tell you something, they're not any better. They just have some other brand on them, and because it has that name on them, what happens is they immediately think that, wow, this has got to be great because it's got MAC on it. Oh, Avon, it couldn't possibly be great. Sometimes they don't take it by faith, peeps. They just don't do that. Sometimes they have to have the action. They got to have it in their hand. They got to wear it on their eyes. And let's be for real. Avon has a great return policy. You know what? They can return it within 90 days. The Avon representative returns it within 120 days. Listen to me. It is so worth it to me to find a product that I can turn a customer onto, to know that every time they need that, they don't think about going to Target. They don't think about shopping at Wally World. They don't shop. They don't shop at all these other places. They don't spend all their money in Ulta or in Macy's, because you know what? They're coming to their Avon lady because she has always got an answer for something that they need. But it's up to you to educate yourself on these products. And I want you to know that if you feel like you're slacking in that area, you're not the only one who's ever slacked in that area. I have slacked in that area. I was sharing, I think I was on the phone with Joanna Niedenheiser the other day, and I got to tell you, I said, I was packing an order the other day and I saw something I was putting in a bag and I said, oh my gosh, I didn't know Avon was carrying this. This is like awesome. And I sat there and said to myself, what are you doing? You didn't even look at that book completely through to see what you were selling? Molly, you're a terrible representative. You didn't know they were carrying this until you saw that a customer had ordered it. Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in life, and it's easy to get caught up in the leadership side, and it's easy just to get caught up in sales and never realize what Avon has in the brochure. You know, you get caught up with thinking if you're looking in the demo book, you just know everything that's coming. And Avon doesn't always put everything in the demo book that's coming. They slip stuff in there that we haven't seen before. So I have started re-educating myself. That has been huge for me since we got back. From Hollywood, and also before Hollywood, when Avon University came out and I started taking all the new rep training and seeing what Avon was giving them, and I was so impressed with that I realized that part of what I was falling down on was realizing, where can I get the best deal for samples in a demo book? Where is it that I need to know my products? Because when I look at somebody and they're showing me their 27 purses that they have, and I'm looking at those purses and I don't see that one of those purses is our signature line purse that Avon is selling that looks just as good as any Coach bag or anything else out there for much less money, shame on me for not grabbing that bag in a demo and taking it to that person who had all those purses and saying, hey, I wanted to show you this new Mark tote that we have. I wanted to show you this new Avon signature bag. Look at this, because I've had them look at my purse and go, oh my gosh, are you serious? That's Avon? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Avon. So see, again, this all comes down to us bearing responsibility for what kind of a salesperson are we being. And this is what I don't get. Why don't we do that? The truth of the matter is we're working on commission. And if you were working in Macy's or someplace like that in a department, what you were selling, if you were working in a car dealership, your commission is coming from what you sell. So why aren't we paying attention to the Avon customer, or what people who aren't buying Avon, what they have in their presence there, and why aren't we introducing Avon more to them? I think the deal is do we believe in it ourselves? Do we believe in the product? Do we believe in what we're wearing? If you're not wearing an Avon eyeliner, if it's not any more of a reason than you're allergic to something, we have too many, not just the Glimmer Stick. Look, I was making those mistakes too. The point is, some things Avon hasn't made yet that we're using. I think they will get to it, or maybe they discontinued it. But the point is, customers want to know what you're using. They want to know what you're recommending. And you truly cannot recommend it if you don't have a personal experience with it. And if you share that personal experience, you're going to have a quality customer. So even for you newbies, when you get somebody who goes, oh my gosh, I love the Skin So Soft, it's so awesome. Well, let me tell you what's great about Skin So Soft. It's not just bath oil anymore. Have you ever said that to your customer? Have you ever said, I know you want the oil because you use it in your bath, or you use it for your horses, or you use it for mosquitoes? But let me show you the whole line. Let me show you the body wash. Let me show you the body lotion. And by the way, let me show you the deal on that. And I can tell you somebody who's probably phenomenal at that, because he was on the trip with us, was Tim Brown. I always watch him when he posts his pictures with his customers of what they're buying and what he's selling and the fragrance that he's turning people onto. And it doesn't matter to him if it's men or if it's women. He believes in what he is selling, and he believes that men and women, that Avon has something for all of them, even for the kids in our lives, you know, or the person who cooks. You have to think outside of the box of Grandma's Avon, because that is not who we are anymore. But if you keep treating this business like, oh yeah, I remember when Grandma bought that and Great Granny did that, and Auntie Esmeralda was using this, and I'm like, you know what, that was all great, but that's not who we are. We are an up-and-coming hip company, and it has taken Avon time to get there, but we are coming into it. But if you don't take that approach that says, we do have something for you, I don't care if you're 18, I don't care if you're 16, I don't care if you're 35, I don't care if you're 65, I don't care if you're 40, I'm telling you, we got something for you. And if you don't believe we do, you haven't seen a brochure lately. Because that is my stance with anybody who says, oh, well, Avon's really not for me. And as soon as I say, oh, but your shoes are so stylish, I would think you would love the shoes we're selling in Avon. And they say, what? What do you mean Avon's selling shoes? Avon doesn't sell shoes. And I'm like, oh, yeah, like page 86 to 100. Yeah, we do. We do. And we sell purses and we do. I am telling you, this is our fault. We got to own it. You hear somebody say, oh, no, I'm not into Avon. And you go, okay. Why are you saying, okay? You should be saying, oh, my gosh, seriously? I mean, everybody's into Avon right now. It's obviously because they don't know. But if you're not educated in it, then they are not going to be educated in it because you can't educate people on what you don't know about. You can't be a teacher of the product if you have not used it and you have not experienced it. You know, you need to read what's there. You need to take these classes at Avon University. It doesn't mean you got to go take 15 of them tonight, but you should be setting it on your schedule to take at least 2 of these courses that they have after the kids go to bed, twice a week. You know, make it easy for yourself. You've got the same 365 days a year that I have. Your life couldn't possibly be more busy than mine is. Your team, most of you, it isn't as big as my team. Maybe some of you aren't doing the sales that I'm doing, and you may not have all the drama that I got in my life, but even if you're close, I'm finding time, so you should be finding time. And let me change that. I'm not finding time, because if I'm looking for time, it ain't there. I'm making time. It is time for you to make time. You got to quit telling me you want to be a top seller. You got to quit telling me that you want more direct delivery sales. You got to quit telling me you want more people on your team. You got to quit telling me about this, and all that time that you're using telling everybody on Onward about what you want to do, you need to be using that time to go do it. You need to quit taking polls on my group about what works the best and wait for 9,999 answers on it, and you need to go do it, and then you come back and share the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. That's what you need to do, because that is the only way you're going to make any progress. I can sit in my house all day long and talk about what I want to do, but it is not getting me where I want to go unless I'm doing it. Okay, so that's what I got to say on the sales part, but it's a little bit different when we're talking about leadership. And this is why I think it's different, because some of you who are in our Onward group, it's the first experience you've had really with a lot of representatives who have so many different thoughts. And some of you who are probably either watching me on this YouTube video or listening on the call might be going, I ain't never heard nobody talk about Avon like this. This lady crazy. I might be, but I'm crazy successful and I'm not done. So if that's the type of crazy you want, then I might be somebody you want to follow. Don't worry about my personality. You don't have to like me to follow me. I'm trying to teach Emily Seagrin that, because she's been getting a lot of haters going on here lately. And I am teaching her, girl, if they are hating you, you must be doing something right. Don't worry about it. And I'm not going to tell you it never bothers me. But lucky for me, I got this awesome man in my life, Lee Bibb, who just basically says, kick them asses to the curb and don't worry about them and keep going forward. And I do. And if I don't, he picks me up and makes me do it. So let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about quality versus quantity. And I want to start this out by saying, I'm not saying nothing bad about corporate or Avon. Y'all know that I don't agree with everything the corporate comes up with when they do. I don't have to. Their job is to be in that offices up there in New York, and they're trying to figure out what we need to do to help us with this business. But I've been doing this business 11 years almost, and my upline, Mary Ann Penn's been doing it twice that long and then some. And I'm thinking about all the people like Laura Douglas that I follow, and I mean so many people that I could go on, the Karen Tuckers that are out there. Everybody that when I hear them talking or I see them post, I want to know what they're doing. I want to know how they're doing it. I mean, you know, Lisa Scola and Teresa Paul and all of us, we are always picking each other's brains. And Lisa freaking Wilbur, she probably get tired of my ass picking her brain, because every time I hear her talking, I'm trying to pick her brain because I want to know, you know, some people that a lot of you don't have contact with, but some of the top people in Avon, like Miss Vondell and the Mundys and people like that, that really we're just starting to have relationships and friendships with. And when I hear them talking to representatives and what they're sharing, I want to know what they're talking about. And one of the things that I've taken from Lisa Wilbur and also my upline, Mary Ann Penn, is this. I know you hear Avon say a lot of the times just recruit, 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 recruit. Now listen, I believe in recruiting, and I believe in sharing the opportunity with every single soul that comes around. I believe that if they pick up my book with the recruiting flyer in it, and they call me and they want to know what's going on, I am going to be the person who tells them what's going on. But I have changed from 9 years ago when I used to hold everybody's hand completely through this business. And I used to almost feel like I was dragging them into this leadership thing, or dragging them to be a unit leader, or dragging them to want success in their business the way I thought they should want success in their business. And last year, Lee and I kind of put that baby to bed. We dug a 6-foot hole, and we put that crap of just bringing on people and signing up anybody who wants to sign a contract and hand us $15, and then spending half my day chasing after them. I don't do that anymore. And this is why. I want quality, not quantity. Normally, if I'm losing 10 or 15 representatives, and every representative that walks away from our team, we don't lose them. We don't take them out into the woods and play hide and seek with them and then run off and say, ha ha ha, we lost you. No, it ain't like that. These are people who've either chosen never to pick up their kit that they receive, or they choose never to share a brochure, and they can't even give you a good reason, and they never answer your phone calls, and they just, you know, take off, and you're like, what have I done? And you really haven't done anything. They've either just changed their mind, or thought it would be easier, or thought you would do it for them, or thought that, you know, you would pull them along in the little red wagon and, you know, give their books out for them, whatever it may be. The point is, we put that baby to bed. We did. Because I said no more of that. I go back in, and every time a rep walks away from this business, I go in and I check their account, because I want to know, what did they do? Because if they were performing and they were doing really well, then I definitely need to reach out to them and say, what happened, what went on, what wasn't working, how can I help them? Most of the time, we're trying to stay in touch with those people anyways. But if it's somebody who's never put an order in, if it's somebody who would never answer a phone, if it's those people, good riddance. That's what I have to say. And I know some of you going to watch this video, and you on this call, and you saying, oh my God, Molly, I can't believe you say that. You open up your group and you try to help everybody you can. No, 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 no. No, I do not try to help everybody I can. I try to help people help themselves. That's what I do. And there is a completely different whole atmosphere thing going there, okay? Because I can share what I do, and I can open up every file to you that I have, which I do, and I can share my struggles, my defeats, my mistakes, how I rose out of them, how I'm still rising out of them, what's going on in my life, so you don't feel alone, and I can still share with you what I'm doing. But the point is, if you don't grab a hold of the reins in your own life, it doesn't matter what I'm sharing with you. I'm not coming and gluing myself to your hip and saying, let's go now, yes, you can do this. You want to know why? Because that wasn't done for me. And I have a great upline. But once she let me know what I need to do, she knew that it was up to me to do it. And she knew I had to make my own mistakes, and I had to be okay with them, and I had to walk through them, around them, over them, under them, whatever it took. I had to bounce some stuff off of her, which is what Onward does in a very large mode, but that's what we do. And that is what I do. And when I say I work with my top people, let me tell you what, sadly, that's about 25% of my team. Everybody else has their own thing they want to do. And some people have told me, people who are selling just $200 or $300 worth of Avon, and there's nothing wrong with that. I applaud them every day. They make me money like every other person on my team. But when they say, Molly, right now, this is all I want for my Avon business, I say, hallelujah, praise the Lord. You know what you want. I am there with you. When you want something different or you want something more and you're not sure how to get it, I'm telling you, you pick up that phone, you text me, you call me, you email me, and we are going to get you there, girl, whatever it is that you need. But until something changes and you want more, I want you to be okay in your business. I am not going to ask that person to go out and recruit 5 people if that's not what she wants to do. I want quality representatives on my team. And I'm not telling you every rep I have on my team is quality, because they're not. I have people who will go 3 campaigns and never put in an order, and then right when you think something's going to happen, they're going to fall off. Here they come ordering 5 lip balms. Hallelujah! They order 5 lip balms and they pay 18 times the amount it's worth. Who does that? I have reps who do that. You have reps who do that, I'm sure. Maybe it's just about getting that discount. We have to respect, for those people on our team who do that, you have to respect what it is that they're getting. Now, for those who want to complain about what they're not getting, and they want to scream and cry and moan, and they're getting hives because their business isn't going anywhere, and they want to know why I'm not driving 2,000 miles to help it go somewhere, but yet I've given them every chance to be on a conference call, every chance to be on an onward call, every chance for a one-on-one with me, but they don't have time for it. Everything that I've mailed them is normally in the back of their car with the rest of their mail, and they've never even looked at it one time. I got to be honest with you. I ain't got no time for that. Homie, don't play that, okay? We ain't playing that. Because I want people who have some sort of a goal, that they know what they want, they know they need some success in their life, they know that they want to be committed to something, and I want them to want quality in their life. I want them to want quality in their business. And I don't want them running around chasing after their tails. I want somebody who wants to make their kids proud, because for the majority of their life, they feel like their kids have never been proud of them. That was me. My boys may have been proud of me, but I've got to be clear, I never heard them say it. And if I had been my kid, I wouldn't have been proud of me for a lot of my life. But now I feel like I have direction and I have goals. And when I take an award in Avon and I share it with them, they're very happy for me and they're very proud of me. And I'm not sure they were at the beginning, because they didn't really get it. But they are now. Taking a national award for the first time and being number 14 in the country for total unit sales increase. And even though I don't have the award in my hand yet, because they're going to send it to me, what a bucket list goal. To have somebody like Joe Balone, an icon in Avon, our MC, announce mine and Lee's name, that our team had done something tremendous. They had grown their businesses so much that it showed an increase for our team. That is quality, people. That is quality. Not stay in the same place you were last year. Not doing what you can to take your quality players and working with them. If you've got somebody who says they're President's Club and they would like to be Honor Society, you need to take them and show them how to go to their customers and do add-on selling. You need to teach them how to look at their customer and look at that home when they go into it, and look at that person, and are they wearing makeup? You know what, do they Is their skin always taken care of? Are their nails always polished? Do they always wear stylish earrings? What is it? Is their hair always done? What products are they using? We don't just assume they know this. Assuming doesn't do anything except keep you where you're at. If they're not interested, by the way, all they can say is, no, I'm really okay where I'm at. That's okay. Let them be okay where they're at and move on to that next person. Sometimes we have to quit looking at our teams as just this whole big ball. It's like instead of all these separate little ping pong balls that are on our team, it's like you just feel like it's one big medicine ball. And I have to tell you something. Your team is more than one big medicine ball. And the ones that are out there, you know, on my team, and I can name many top leaders, but I know when they need something. For instance, Janae Neely called me today. Janae, if you're on the call tonight, I am going to call you back, sister. It has been a busy day, just so you know. But when she calls me, I know she needs me. She doesn't call me about every little thing because she works it out. Brenda Lloyd does not call me all the time because she works it out. And when she calls me, I know she needs to know something. When my top sellers call me, I know there is a real issue because, see, we train them up to know how to handle the issues. I may be a mama to my team, but I'm a mama who's not scared to cut the apron strings. I'm a mama who's not scared to toss them out of the nest very gently. And I want to see them soar because they need to know they can flap their wings and they can soar just like mama has soared. This is nothing amazing that I'm doing. It is repetition of the right things. And even now, being an Honor Society seller for the last 2 years in Avon, I have started turning my business into not quantity buyers, but quality buyers. I am turning my $20 buyers into $30 and $40 buyers because I have reached out to them. I have put that freebie with a note in there that says, try this, and if you don't like it, just give it back to me. That's all I ask. But I have chosen you, one of my customers, to try this because I want your feedback. And if they don't like it and they give it back, you know what? No big deal. I can return it to Avon. There's no skin off my teeth. Don't take the extended version of that. Don't take that big thing that you're supposed to give everybody something free. Okay, I did not say that. Let's be clear. I didn't say that. But I said I would reach out to a couple of customers and turn them on to what they're not using. Turn yourself on to your leaders. Start doing that one at a time. Turn yourself on to your top sellers and make sure that there isn't something else that they want that sales alone is not going to get them. You know, I think about when somebody is 65, 70 years old and they are a top seller, unless they have numerous helpers, you know, do they want to sell $100,000 for the rest of their lives, just them? And when I present that to my top sellers and I say, you know, if you partner with the leadership part of this business, yes, you are going to have your sales, but you know that if you keep building your leadership business a little at a time and you find yourself some quality people who are going to do what you do, because see, you're so good at what you do, when you train them to do it with their own customers, they're going to be great, and then you're going to earn a commission off them. And then if you want to cut back on your sales eventually in your business, you are going to be able to do that because then your leadership business is going to provide for you in that area. And that's what's amazing to me because see, 4 years ago, I was servicing many more customers. Now when I get customers, when I'm tossing books, whatever, unless it's somebody local, I pass them on to my team. If they don't want to do direct delivery. If they want to do direct delivery, I'm all for it. You know what? Order away. I want to make that money. That's awesome. But the point is, You have to quit looking at your team and your customers as that one big medicine ball. And you got to remember that everybody is an individual and everybody has the ability to be a quality representative and a quality customer. And it doesn't mean that you toss them to the side if they don't want to be. It just means that you need to offer that opportunity. And by the way, don't stop once. I'm not saying offer it every day, but I want you to think to my story one more time. I was a 15-year Avon customer. There was a recruiting flyer in my brochure every time I got one from Marianne Penn. Suddenly, 15 years down the road, my life changed. I lost my home. My life was going to hell in a handbag, and it needed to because I needed to make some changes in my life, and I was pushed to do it. But the point is, when I said, Marianne, I need a brochure, and she bought me a brochure, and it had a recruiting flyer in it, because there had been so much change in my life, I said, why not Avon? Maybe this will help me with just make some extra money. My son's graduating. I need to be able to pay for his graduation party. She says I can do this. Let me just see. Because Marianne never gave up on me of being just a quantity customer who did most of my heavy buying at Christmas time. When life changed for me, Marianne eventually got not just a representative, but she helped form a senior executive unit leader that I'm not sure she ever saw that. And look, here I am trying to help you be the same. In your team, anything can happen, anything can change. And this company, Avon Products, can be their answer. It can help them out of debt. It can help them out of self-pity. It can help them raise themselves up and give them confidence they never had before, because I never had confidence. I know you don't believe that, but I swear to you, I did not have confidence like I do now. And even now, it doesn't take a lot to rock my confidence, because I'm still working on that. And that's okay, because my Avon business and everything it offers me in life and in business gives me learning and instruction and inspiration and motivation and the downward spirals I need at times to show that I can climb back up that mountain. It's the same for you all. My life may be different right now, but in essence, we are all still the same, struggling with something professionally and personally. And I swear to you, between the camaraderie of friendship within Avon, great products, the fact that you can earn a living, that it doesn't come overnight. So while you're working on yourself and you're working on your confidence and you're working on your sales, before you know it, it's building. And I'm watching so many of you do it, whether it's on my team or whether it's in our Onward group with our adopted family of all these wonderful representatives. You can do this, people. But only you can make the decision of whether you want quality or you want quantity. I'm not going to tell you either one is bad. We have all experienced some of it, and we still are. But you need to know how to make the best quality out of the quantity. And that's what I hope that you take away from this. That please look at your representatives and your customers as individuals. Seek out their needs and answer them. Meet them. Be willing to be an open book and share with them. And don't give up on those team members who may not want much now. Life can and will change. And eventually some of them are going to want more. And when they do, don't you want to be the one there who can show them that they can get where you are? Wouldn't that be amazing when they look at you and say, oh, I wish I had started sooner. I just want to be making the money you are. I just want the peace of mind and the confidence that you have. And you say, follow my lead, and you can. Believe in yourself a little more every day, and it will happen. Remember, this is your life. I have to tell you that Lee always puts his music together all during the week, most of the time, unless I keep him busy and he has to rush. But I was catching up on a couple of my shows late, and I watched that show Nashville. I don't know if any of you watch it out there, but I love that show. Y'all know I love country music, and I was watching it, and there was a song that came on there that really just touched me immediately. And Lee was in the bedroom just doing what he was doing there with his iPad. And I said, Lee, I need you to look up this song, see if this song is here. Because if it is, Lee, I need you to end the call on Friday night with this song. Because this song was me. This song was me. Everybody telling me I couldn't. This is stupid. Why are you doing this Avon thing? You need to quit that little lipstick thingy. Why are you, all you talk about is Avon, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I wasn't doing so well, and to have to admit that you weren't. But I had to take possession that this was my life, and that I was where I belonged. It didn't matter if family thought I wasn't where I belonged. I was where I belonged. And that is what this song talks about. So please give me 3 more minutes of your time and listen really to the words of this song. I know if you really like it, you can get it on iTunes, I think. But Lee is going to play this, but really pay attention to the words and claim your life and dig your heels in and say, you are where you belong. And work it every day. Don't forget, life may get hard this week. And when it does, if you have those onward bracelets, snap it real hard and say onward, no matter what, or get on that group, share what you're going through, and let us help you through it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget that we have Lisa Wilbur on Monday, and we have Lisa Scola next week also. Be on their calls. My great and dear friends always have plenty to share that you can take away with and grow your life and business. I love you guys. Have an awesome weekend, a wonderful Easter, celebrating that Christ rose again for all of us. Lee, take it away.